Okay, we are live. Okay, hello all. Welcome to the session. Right, the session on ratio as well as proportion. Right. So today we will be learning the concepts of ratio and proportion for your ESE prelims. Right. For your ESE prelims, and if you have seen all the PYQs which I have already solved, the PYQs of quantitative aptitude, you guys would have seen there we have had lots of ratio and proportion questions. Okay, so we will learn some concepts of ratio and proportion in today's class. Okay, yes. So before we start up with that, right, the prices of GATE and ESE Plus subscription are going to increase, right? So beat the price hike and subscribe to the GATE and ESE Plus subscription as soon as possible. That is before the 1st of July. Okay, you guys can also see. So these two are done. Okay, anyways, they have been uh, cancelled out. Okay, yes, so you guys can see on tomorrow, right, tomorrow, that is the 27th of June, you guys will be having the largest scholarship combat, right? So use my code SAYT to enroll into this combat, right? To enroll into this combat, right? These are the subscription or scholarships you people will be getting by acing the Unacademy combat, the new batches up for you people. So finally, the plus platform where you guys get access to these many eminent features. So if you go for the iconic one, you guys will be getting batches, or you guys will be getting access to these many eminent features. So please do buy the plus platform or the plus subscription or the iconic subscription as soon as possible by using the code SAYT. By using the code SAYT, you guys can not just buy the plus and iconic subscription of GATE and ESE, you can also buy other eminent subscriptions such as SSC JE, RRB NTPC, and also banking exam subscriptions. All these subscriptions can be brought by using my code SAYT. Okay, yes. So let us move forward with our concepts for today, right? Let us move forward with our concepts for today. So as I already mentioned, today we'll be taking care of the ratio as well as proportion concepts, right? Yes, ratio and proportion concepts for your ESE prelims, right? Yes, you guys know aptitude is for around 10 to 12 questions of aptitude will be asked in your ESE prelims, right? Yes, so let us go along with it, right? So what is a ratio first of all? What is ratio first of all, people? Ratio is nothing but the divisional ratio, right? Ratio is nothing but the divisional part between two quantities, right? If I write something as x is to y, right, this is what I call it as a ratio, right? X is to y. If I write something in the value, right, x is to y, that means there is one quantity. So if I take a quantity milk, if I take a quantity milk, it is divided into two parts, x is to y. That is, there is 7 parts of milk in that x is to y. So if I take x is to y, right, there is 7 parts of milk which is divided into 3 is to 4, right? Yes, so there are 3 parts of milk, 3 parts of milk in the 7 parts of milk, right? Yes, one container of milk is there, which I am dividing into 2 different containers. In one container I am putting 3 parts, in the other container I am putting 4 parts, right? Then what is proportion? Then what is proportion, people, right? Proportion is the same thing when it is divided by 4 parts, right? Proportion means two ratios becoming equal to each other. So if I write something like A is to B is equal to C is to D, so this is what we people call it as proportion. This is what we people call it as proportion, right? Yes, so if I tell you, if I give you guys an example here, whatever is the comparison of A is to B, that should be equal to the comparison of C is to D. So if I write a simple example, Virat is to cricket, right, then it means Ronaldo must be equal to the play where Virat is famous. Virat Kohli is famous in cricket, so Ronaldo will be famous in football. Please do not understand this as Facebook, right? FB doesn't mean Facebook, FB means football. So this is what is your ratio and proportion, right? For simple, let us go with a simple example here, right? Let us go with a simple example here. 500 rupees, right? 500 rupees. So good evening, Deepika. 500 rupees is distributed between Deepika and Nishita, right? 500 rupees is distributed between Deepika and Nishita in the ratio 2 is to 3. In the ratio 2 is to 3. So how much is Nishita getting? How much is Deepika getting? How will we find out, right? What is the total ratio I'm getting here? 2 plus 3, 5R, right? Yes. 5R is equal to how much? 500 rupees, right? So one ratio will be equal to how much, people? One ratio will be equal to 100 rupees. So Nishita is getting how much? Nishita is getting 300 rupees. Deepika is getting how much? Deepika is getting 200 rupees, right? Deepika is getting 200 rupees. That is what it means, right? That is what it means by the ratio and proportion, right? That is what it means by the ratio and proportion. Now let us go with ratio. Is very simple. So this is what it is, ratio, right? Ratio means nothing but this is what it is, ratio. Now let us go with the proportion, right? Let us go with proportion. So if you guys go with proportion, right, if you guys go with proportion, just now I told you, people, right? Just now I gave you guys a small one, right? So good evening, Sanjay. Just now I gave you guys a small example, right? 7 is to 21 is to 3 is to x. What is the value of x, people? What is the value of x, right? How will you find out proportion? It is nothing but this is 7 is to 21. So this is what, Ray, right? This is what, Ray, people, right? This is nothing but the ratio of two quantities. This is the ratio of other two quantities, right? The ratio of two quantities are equal to the ratio of other two quantities. So how shall I solve this question? 7 is to 21 means 7 divided by 21 is equal to 3 divided by x, right? So can you find out what is the value of x here, right? Can you find out what is the value of x here? 7x is nothing but 3 into 21. So x is going to be what, people? 3 into 21 divided by 7. 7 ones are 7 threes are, right? What is the value of x? The value of x will be 9, right? What is the value of x? The value of x will be 9. So this is what is your proportion, right? This is what is your ratio and this is what is your proportion. Two ratios equal to each other is nothing but the proportion. And what is ratio? Ratio is the divisional part of a whole part. It is the divisional part of a whole part. Okay, yes. So now let us go with the types of proportion, right? Let us go with the types of proportion. You guys know the types of proportion more than me clearly, right? There is the first type of proportion, which is nothing but the first proportion, right? The first type of proportion is nothing but the first proportion. What is the first proportion? What is the first proportion, right? So if I take A is to B, is to C is to D, right? This is what we call it as a proportion. This is what is called it as a proportion, right? In this proportion, the A1, right? The A1 here is nothing but my first proportion. The A1 here is nothing but my first proportion. So if I give you guys, right? Yes, okay. Yes, it's 9. If I give you guys a small, this one here, A is to 2 is to 2 is to 3. How do you write in a proportional basis, right? So this is ratio A bar 2 is equal to 2 bar 3, right? What will be the value of A here, people? What will be the value of A, right? 2 square, right? So this is going to be 4 bar 3, right? So this A is nothing but your first proportion, right? I won't be spending much time on this because you guys know what is going to be the answer here, right? You guys know what will be the answer here. So this is what is the first proportion. Now let us go to the second proportion, right? Let us go to the second proportion, right? We will do questions on this in my special classes. I'm telling you guys again and again, from Monday the special classes for ESE will start, right? From Monday the special classes for ESE will start. Now let us go to the second proportion. Now let us go to the second proportion. What is second proportion? Now everyone will tell, so A was the first proportion, that means B will be the second proportion. No, there is nothing called as second proportion. The second proportion is what itself we call it as the mean proportion or the mid proportion, right? It is what is called as the mean proportion or the mid proportion. So if you guys get a proportion A is to B, E is to C is to D, then the median part, which is the mid part, the B is to C is nothing but your second proportion or the mid or mean proportion. right? Second proportion or the mid or mean proportion. So if you want to solve a question over here, if you guys want to solve a question over here, B and C together, we will write it as what? B and C together, we will write it as the mid proportion X. B and C together, we write it as the mid proportion X. Okay, so what can I write here? Give me just a moment, people. What can I write here? So this is going to be just a minute. Okay, so if I give you guys, let me think of a square root one. Okay, yes, let me think of a square root one. Just a minute. So yes, so if I get 8 is to x is to x is to 6, what is the value of x going to be here? So you guys can see 8 bar x is equal to x bar 6. So I will get the value of x square is equal to 8 into 6. So what will be the value of x here, people? X is nothing but 8 6 are 48, right? Square root of 48, right? Square root of 48 will be the right answer, right? Root 48 is what you guys will be getting, right? So what is mid proportion going to be? What is mid proportion? Mid proportion is nothing but the square root of the extremes. Can I write it, people? Right? Mid proportion is nothing but the square root of extremes, right? Mid proportion is nothing but the square root of extremes. What are my extremes here? My extremes are A and D, right? My extremes are going to be A and D. Yes, my extremes are going to be A and D. Now, yes, so this is what is the mid proportion, and you guys know it, right? So if I ask you guys a question, right? If I ask you guys a question, what is the mid proportion of 16 and 64? What is the mid proportion of 16 and 64, people? Can anyone tell me in the answers, right? Can anyone tell me in the comments? Okay, yes, fine guys, finally we are connected. Okay, okay, finally we are connected. I'm really sorry. So actually right now I'm not at my home. uh, I am out of station, so that is the reason I have to connect with my mobile hotspot every time. Okay, yes. So yes, so second proportion we finished it. Now we are moving on with the third proportion. So what is the third proportion? I think 15 minutes of class was already done, so I'll take extra 15 minutes now. I'll finish off the session by 11:45. What is the third proportion, people? Can anyone tell me what is the third proportion, right? So yes, B and C was the mid proportion, right? So we are left with only the D one, right? So if I get a proportion A is to B is to C is to D, right? Yes. So what is going to be my third proportion? My third proportion is the letter D, right? The letter D is going to be my third proportion. The letter D is going to be my third proportion. So you guys can see how to find out the third proportion here. Okay, let me take a different color. How to find out the third proportion? So if I give you guys a question, right? So let us take any equation. Let us take any equation. 9 is to 3, right? 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to A. Okay, 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to A. Okay, so whatever, right? E 3 is to D was there, right? So let us take it as D only. Let us take it as D only. So what is going to be the value of D here? What is going to be the value of D? So it is nothing but 9 bar 3 is equal to 3 bar A, right? 9 bar 3 is equal to 3 bar D. 9 bar 3 is equal to D, 3 bar D, right? So what is going to be the value of D here, people? What will be the value of D here? Tell me, right? So 9 bar 3 is nothing but 3. 3 is equal to 3 bar D, D3. So value of D will be what? What will be the value of D here? Tell me. What will be the value of D here, right? That is what I have to find out. That is what I have to find out. So this is going to be 6 bar 9. What is 6 bar 9, right? What is 6 bar 9? So this is going to be 3, right? D bar 3. 3D is equal to D, right? So this is 9 by 9. The value of D is going to be 1, right? The value of D is going to be 1 here. Yes or no? So that is what is your third proportion. So if I ask you guys a simple question, what is, if I ask you guys a simple question, what is the third proportion? What is the third proportion of 9 and 12, right? What is the third proportion of 9 and 12? Always understand this number gets doubled. This number gets doubled. So your proportion will be actually 9 is to 12 is to 12 is to D. So tell me the value of a D, people. Tell me the value of D. This is 9 bar 12 is equal to 12 bar D. right? 9 bar 12 is equal to 12 bar d, which is nothing but 12 square, right? Always the third proportion, always the third proportion will be the square root, right? Always the third proportion is actually b into c divided by a, right? Always the third proportion is actually going to be b into c divided by a. Always the third proportion will be b into c divided by b. In such case, in this case, and b and c are always equal to each other. Understand this, b is always equal to c. So this goes to be 144 divided by 9. This goes to be 144 divided by 9. What is 144 divided by 9, people? What is 144 divided by 9? 9 ones are, and you're getting 54 here, 9 sixes are, right? 16 will be the answer, right? 16 will be the answer here, right? 144 divided by 9. And finally, you have something called as the fourth proportion, right? Yes, finally, you have something called as the fourth proportion. What is the fourth? Okay, if you get a number 3 is to 4 is to, so here what will be the answer? So it is 3 by 4 is equal to 12 bar d. So what is the value of d, people? B into c bar a, which is 12 into 4 by 3. 3 ones are, 3 fours are, 4 fours are, 16 will be the right answer, right? 4 fours are, 16 will be the right answer. If I give you guys one more question, right? 5 is to 6 is to 30 is to d. What is the value? What is my fourth proportion? So this is 5 bar 6 is equal to 30 bar d. So this goes to be 30 into 6 bar 5. 6 6 are 36, right? 6 6 are 36. This is going to be the value of your fourth proportion. This will be the value of your fourth proportion. Let us move on to the next question, right? Let us move on to the next concept over here, right? This concept is usually used everywhere, right? So someone will give you a question, someone will give you a ratio a is to b and b is to c, and they will ask you to find out the value of a is to b is to c, right? So if I take a is to b as 3 is to 2 and the value of a b is to c as 6 is to 7, what is the value of a is to b is to c, right? One thing we can do over here is, what we can do is, you can simply equate b, right? You can simply equate b because, right, equate the common terms over here, right? Always equate the common terms, right? Always equate the common terms, right? Equate the common terms. Which are the common terms here? B and c, right? So what can I do? I can do 2 into 3 here. If I do 2 into 3, it will be common everywhere, 6, right? If you are making this one equating, you should also make that this one has to be equated, right? So yes, let us put this as 3. So what will be my value of a is to b is to c, people? What will be the value of a is to b is to c? 3 3s are 9, 2 3s are 6, c will be as it is, right? Yes, equate the common terms, equate the common terms. If that is not useful for you, you can write it here. A is to b is 3 is to 2 and b is to c is 6 is to 7, right? Whatever is the common terms, move it to the extremes. Whatever is the common terms, move it to the extremes, right? Whatever is the common terms, move it to the extremes. So 2 moving it here, 6 moving it here, right? 3 6 are 18, 6 2s are 12, 7 2s are 14. So when I simplify this, 2 9s are 18, 2 6 are 12, 2 7s are 14. Okay? Yes, equate the common terms always. Equate the common terms always. So what if we get in another fashion? What if we get in another fashion? So they will give you the value that a is to c is equal to 5 is to 1 and c is to b is equal to 7 is to 4, right? Yes, equate c here, right? Equate c here, right? So I can make it into 7. So this one into 7. So the answer will be 35 is to 7 is to 4. Or else you can also write it in this fashion, right? A is to b is to c. A is to c is given here. So put c in the middle, right? Yes, always the common terms have to be in the middle, right? A is to c is to b, right? Yes, so c is the common term. So a is to c is 5 is to 1 here, and this is 7 is to 4 here, right? The extremes will be here, right? Yes, 7. So this is going to be 5 7s are 35, 7 1s are 7, 4 1s are 4, right? 35 is to 7 is to 4. 35 is to 7 is to 4. This is one concept, right? Yes, they give you lots of things, right? The value of A is to B is 2 is to 1. The value of C is to B is 3 is to 4. How will you find out the value of this, right? Equate the common terms. In this concept, you guys are going to equate the common terms. In this concept, you people will be equating the common terms. Okay, yes. What if 4 is given, sir? Right? Yes. So I have a little more space here. So let me give you guys an example problem. Please do write it in the comments. Okay, yes. So I'm giving you guys an example problem. Please do write the answer in the comments. Okay, yes. So I am giving you the value of A is to B is 5 is to 6, and the value of B is to C is 9 is to 12. So you guys write it in the comments. What is the value of A is to B is to C, right? Yes, write it in the comments. If you are using the recorded lecture, write it in the comments. If you are using the live lecture also, write it in the comments. Now let us move forward with the 4 ones, right? So these were the 3 ones, right? 3 ones to ho gaya hame. Okay. So what if I get the value of 4? If I get a value of 4 different digits, right? What is the value of 4 different digits? So if I get A is to B, is to B is to C, is to C is to D, right? So you have to find out the value of A is to B is to C is to D. Yes or no, people? You have to find out the value of A is to B is to C is to D. Yes, apply the same logic here, right? Apply the same logic here. So if I give the value of A is to B as 3 is to 5, B is to C as 6 is to 5, and C is to D as 10 is to 8. How shall I find out the values, sir? Right? First write down the A is to B. 3 is to 5. Then write down B is to C. 6 is to 5. Then write down C is to D. 10 is to 8. Okay? Yes. Extremes. 5 is here. 5 all the sides. 5 is on this side. And this side the extreme is 6. This side it goes to be 10. Right? This side it goes to be 10. Okay? Yes. So here just multiply. 3 6 are 18. 18 10s are 180. 5 6 are 30. 30 10s are 300. Right? 5 5 are 25. 25 10s are 250. 5 5 are 25. 25 8s are 25 4s are 100. 25 8s are 200. Right? So this I can easily do it by 10. 18 is to 30 is to 25 is to 20. Right? 18 is to 30 is to 25 is to 30. Right? You guys can see it also here, right? Yes. So this can be done in another way also. Let me use a different color pen. Right? Yes. Use a different color pen. So this is going to be what? 3 bar 5 is to 6 bar 5 is to 10 bar 8. Right? 10 bar 8. So you can see here, right? Either equate B here, right? 5 and 6. So how can I equate B here, right? So this is 6 into 5 and 5 into 6. So if I'm doing into 6 and into 5 here, so this goes to be into 5 and this goes to be into 6, right? So B is activated here, right? So C is to D, the whole has to be activated again here. Yes or no? The whole has to be activated again here. So 5 into 5 is going to be 25. But in actual, 5 into 2 is C, right? 5 into 2 is C, right? 5 into 2 will be C. Yes or no? That has to be done. So again into 2 I have to do here, right? Again into 2 I have to do here. Yes or no? Right? 10 I have to do. So that is what? 6 5s are 30. 30 into 10, right? 30 into 2, 30 into 10, which is what I have got here, right? Into 10 in this side and into 10 this side, right? So 6 5s are 30, 30 10s are 300, 5 5s are 25, 25 10s are 250, right? That is what I am getting here, people, right? That is what I am getting here, right? तो इसमें से 4 करने से अच्छा है हम ये वाला ही कर लेंगे, right? So we will be doing this only. Yes or no? We'll be doing this only, right? I am having how much of time? Let me see. Okay, yes, let me finish up the concepts, right? This was the 4 one, right? So I will draw an example problem here. You guys give me the answers in the comments, right? So I'm giving you A is to B, right? B is to C and C is to D. Always make sure you write the commons in the between. A is to B is 3 is to 1, B is to C is 6 is to 2, C is to D is 5 is to 4, right? So tell me, people, the value of A is to B is to C is to D. Okay, yes. So fatak se we will finish off the next concept. A small concept is just left, right? So yes, so a small concept here. So they will be giving you in the terms of reciprocals, right? They will be giving you in the terms of reciprocals. So what if they give you, right, something like 1 by x is to 1 by y is to 1 by z, and they tell you to find out the ratio of x is to y is to z. In such scenarios, always go for our best friend who is given the name LCM, least common multiple. Least common multiple. So if I get any ratio in the form 1 by 3 is to 1 by 4 is to 1 by 5, what will be the value of x is to y is to z? First thing is I will find out the LCM. What is the LCM of 3, 4, 5? 3 4 is 12, 12 5 is 60. 60 is the LCM. So what will be my x? 1 by 3 into 60. What is 1 by 3 into 60, people? What is 1 by 3 into 60? 3 20s are 60. Right? 20 is to 1 by 4 into 60. 4 15s are 60. 1 by 5 into 60. 5 5 tens are 5, 12s are 60. 20 is to 15 is to 12, right? Always find out the value of the LCM. Always find out the value of the LCM and get the right answer. Let us go for one more question here, right? Yes, so they give us 1 by 5 is to 1 by 10 is to 1 by 12. Okay, what is going to be the LCM here? The LCM is 5, 10 and 12. Let us find out the LCM first. Okay, so this is 5 ones are, 5 twos are, 5 12s are. Then again 2 ones are, 2 sixes are. Right. So what will be the LCM I'll be getting here, people? Right, 5. Here it is going to be 2. Here it is going to be, yes, I can write it as 2 into 3 6 also directly also, right? 5 twos are 10, 10 6 are 60. Again the LCM is going to be 60, right? So 60 into 1 by 5. What is the answer I am getting? 60 into 1 by 5, what is the answer I am getting? 60 into 1 by 5, 12. 60 into 1 by 10, 6. 60 into 1 by 12, 5, right? 12 is to 6 is to 5 will be the answer we will be getting, right? 12 is to 6 is to 5 will be the answer we will be getting. So one more example for you people. Find out 1 by 7 is to 1 by 5 is to 1 by 9. So tell me what will be the value of x is to y is to z. Okay, and what will be the value of x is to y is to z, right? Hello Anurag, how are you? Right, yes, chalo, I think I have finished the concepts here, right? So there is one more small concept, right? There is one more small concept, right? Yes. So if there is an amount of 5,000 rupees, if there is an amount of 5,000 rupees that has to be divided between Anurag, Kushal. Yes, Kushal was the brother you had, right? Yes, Kushal and Shreyas. Okay, in the ratio that Anurag gets 1 by 3rd of it, Kushal gets 1 by 10th of it, and Shreyas gets 1 by 9th of it. What is the ratio of Anurag is to Kushal is to Shreyas? Right? Yes, 1 by 3, 1 by 10 and 9. Right? First find out the LCM here. 3, 10, 9. So you guys can see 3 ones are, 3 threes are. Then again this one is directly 10 into 3. Yes or no? Can I do any further here? Can I do any further LCM here, right? So it is nothing but 3 into 10 into 3. Or else I can put 5 also. 5 twos are 10. Yes or no? So this is 3 threes are 9, 9 tens are, right? What is my LCM, people? 90. 90 into 1 by 3. How much is Kushal getting here? Right? How much is Anurag getting here? 90 into 1 by 3. 30 is Anurag getting. 1 by 10. 9 is what Kushal is getting. And 10 is what Shreyas is getting, right? So 5,000 rupees. So total is how much these people are getting? 49 hour. Yes or no? So let me just change it. Let me just change it to 4,900 rupees. Let me just change it to 4,900 rupees so that it will be easy for you guys to calculate. So that it will be easy for you guys to calculate, right? 4,900 rupees. So you guys can see here 49 hour. 49 hour is equal to 4,900. So how much we are getting? 49 hour is 4900. So 1 hour will be 100. So how much will Anurag get here? Anurag will be getting 3,000 rupees, right? Anurag will be getting 3,000 rupees. Kushal will be getting 900 rupees. Shreyas will be getting 1,000 rupees, right? Shreyas will be getting 1,000 rupees. So an example problem for you people, and I will end the class here, right? So there is, right, so let me just write it down. There is a total of 3,800 rupees, right, and this 3,800 rupees has to be distributed among A, B and C in the ratio that A gets 1 by third of it, B gets 1 by fifth of it, and C gets 1 by tenth of it. So you guys have to tell me the ratio of A is to B is to C and how much amount in rupees does A get. Please do write it in the comments. Please do write it in the comments, right? If you're seeing the recorded one also, right? If you're seeing the recorded one also. So that's it. That's it with the session today, guys. I sorry for the streaming issue there. Sorry for the streaming issue at the beginning, because of which 15 minutes extra was wasted for you people, but I have covered those 15 minutes. So these are the concepts you people have to learn for your ratio and proportion. These are the concepts which you people have to learn for your ratio and proportion. Yes, please do write down the answers for everything in the comments. Okay, so thank you everyone, right? Thank you for sorry for stretching the session a bit more. Sorry for stretching the session a bit more, but I have finished all the concepts of ratio and proportion. So I will meet you guys again on Monday, right? I'll meet you guys again on Monday, and please do understand that from Monday onwards we'll be having the practice problem series for your ESE prelims, right? The practice problem series for your ESE prelims. So tomorrow there won't be live. Tomorrow there will be the plus class. Tomorrow the plus class will be live at 10 p.m. Yes, and from Monday onwards the YouTube class will be as usual, right? We will be learning the concepts of problems on train, speed, time and distance and all. Okay, yes, and the same problems will be followed, right? Thank you so much guys. I will see you guys in the further classes.